Mr. Speaker, I think he first of all might pay tribute to the work of this government in protecting 11 million jobs throughout this crisis. He might draw attention to the fact that we've supported huge sectors of the UK economy at a cost of £120 billion. And I'm not going to give a figure for the number of job losses that may or may not take place, but of course the risk is very, very serious, as he rightly says. But that is why we're proceeding with the new deal, the fair deal for the British people, which will be not just massive investment in our National Health Service, £34 billion in our NHS, £14 billion more into our schools, but an investment in infrastructure going up to £100 billion. That we are going to build, and deliver jobs for the people of this country.
Keir Starmer.
The reality is, Mr. Speaker, that the Prime Minister's announcement yesterday was investment equivalent to less than £100 per person across the United Kingdom, 0.2% of GDP. Not much of his announcement was new, and it certainly wasn't much of a deal. Meanwhile, as the Prime Minister was speaking, Airbus announced 1,700 job losses, EasyJet 1,300 job losses, TM Lewin and Harveys 800 job losses. That's just yesterday. And there was nothing in the Prime Minister's speech for the 3.2 million people in hospitality or the 2.9 million in retail. Next week's financial statement could be the last chance to save millions of jobs. Will the Prime Minister start now by extending the furlough scheme for those parts of the economy that are still most at risk?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, let me just repeat and remind the House that overall this package represents a £600 billion package of investment in the UK economy. But the best single thing we can do is get our economy back to health by getting our people back into work and getting the virus defeated and under control. And the best thing, actually, that the opposition could do is stop equivocating and doing one thing one week and one thing another week this week, and decide that they emphatically support ending the lockdown. And they emphatically support kids being back in school rather than being bossed around by the unions. Mr. Speaker, we are the builders, they're the blockers, we're the doers, they're the ditherers. We're going to get on with it and take this country forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Does my right honourable friend not share my anger and the frustration of the Scottish tourist sector, just as it's getting back on its feet, that it's having the legs pulled out from under it by deeply irresponsible, damaging and divisive talk of arbitrary border closures and quarantining of visitors from across the rest of the United Kingdom?
Prime Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I must say I find the suggestion absolutely astonishing and shameful. There will be no such discussions with the Scottish administration about that. But I would point out to my honourable friend what he knows very well: there is no such thing.